Well, look, that was totally unexpected in a very good way. Yeah, let's get into the review of this new film right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Gunpowder Milkshake, which is going to be premiering on Netflix July 14th. Now, I saw the trailer, saw the graphics, saw the people attached to this film, and I said, oh, this looks interesting. And like, I gotta be honest, anything with Angela Bassett in, I'm probably going to watch it no matter what. But I really did not expect this film to come together the way it did. And the reason why it was so unexpected is because this film is such a combination of so many other films and projects that I liked in the past. And the fact that they was able to encompass that and bring it together and kind of give it its own unique feel to it, I appreciated it. Now, I do want to premise, because I'm definitely about to name drop some really like top level films here or projects. This film does not surpass any of these films for the reason it is alike it. Like, for instance, it's like Kingsman, which I think Kingsman, when it comes down to the cinematography and the action and just how unique that film is, I haven't seen anything like it. But this film does have sprinkles of Kingsman when it comes down to, like, again, from the biggest thing is that the music. When the soundtrack is playing and it's basically they heighten the music and then the actions is happening and then how it's panning all around the room and you're getting all these unorthodox looking like trajectories and different results of like fights happening. When I mean like different results, I mean like people getting killed in very unique ways. Like somebody in this got killed because they definitely ate a milkshake. Not just the milkshake, but the entire milkshake glass, which if you ever had one of those, you know how thick it is, and seeing somebody's head crush into it in that way, like, it's like one of those like, oh my God, did they go that route with it? So like sprinkles of Kingsman on that note. John Wick were parts of the story, parts of like the locations, like even like the whole rules of how assassins are allowed to like maneuver around, having like safe spots and whatnot. It had some of that as well. Not to mention the last phase of this film, which I thought was super strong, also had really sprinkles of John Wick. And then Birds of Prey, because at the end of the day, you have 3 generations of women all coming together to fight against the men who took everything away from them. Very much like Birds of Prey. So like that final act, even when they all come together and they all using like different weapons and different techniques to take the bad guys down, it felt pretty much like Birds of Prey. I would even say some of the color usage also kind of gave me some Birds of Prey vibes as well to it. But like ultimately, like this film was nothing but strong women kicking ass and taking names, which I truly appreciated. Now Karen Gillan, who plays your lead Sam, I think she's really dope. Now, I also need to go back real quick about with Kingsman. Now, while there's a lot of action and gore and killing and all this other stuff, you all know like Kingsman also has that comedic side to it as well. And this also has that. So like, there's totally moments that are completely unbelievable and completely laughable. And at first you're kind of like, wait, what? But then you kind of understand that this is the tone of the film. This is what it wants to accomplish. And that's much like Kingsman. So like, I can almost say like this film is definitely targeting down the alley of being a female Kingsman franchise, because it definitely looks like they're setting up something to come after this, and I think I would be on board with it. By the way, Angela Bassett is just fantastic. She's in a limited role, but when she is there, she is there. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. And everybody else I thought too, even the bad guys I thought really made very good impressions. So like sub characters, main characters, I thought all the characters were unique to the point that you were interested in them. You wanted to know more. And while the story kind of went on, you kind of wanted to know like this lifestyle, like everything that's going on, all these assassins, what's everybody's claim here? What do everybody want besides money? And what's the tension between everybody? So you get a lot of that as well too. But yeah, with this film again, I have to premise, like, as much as the films I named, John Wick, Kingsman, and Birds of Prey, this film doesn't excel in any of those films for the reasons they are that they are like it. But this film is unique, and I think it does have a lot of interest going forward beyond this, because I thought this was pretty solid. Loved the characters. I thought Karen's performance was very on par for what the character needed to do. So at times where she needed to be unbelievable, she was totally unbelievable. The times she needs to be serious, she was kicking ass, she needed to do so. And like the fact that, you know, her and her mother had this kind of tension, and basically all three of the generations of women, they all wanted to prevent the generation after them from taking the same steps and following the same path that they did. So there's a little bit of abandonment going on each stage here. So like, you get it, it makes sense, and then going forward, you're like, okay, I think I can get with that. I can get with that. But yeah, and going back to the killing, like, very unique. The sequences was very cool. The final act was super strong, which was absolutely needed for this film, because the first part of the film, you're kind of trying to get a feeling of what this film is about. You got some good fighting, but then it kind of like, you know, am I still interested? But then the final act absolutely delivered. It picked things back up. With, you know, the music, the soundtrack being a part of, like, again, that Kingsman type of styling, where you got the music high and the actions just panning around and all sorts of craziness is going, blood splattering in all different directions and so on. So, you know, I enjoyed this film. I laughed more than I thought I would. I was definitely like, oh my God, in certain moments in regards to the killing. Again, while things were unbelievable and then while it was very comical, I was just like, yeah, for sure. Like, this is a little girl. She'd never drone in her life. Matter of fact, the little girl, Emily, played by Chloe Coleman, she just learns how to drive on the fly, and she is whipping this Porsche, a tank Porsche, shall I say, because this Porsche is was pretty much invincible to everything. But the fact that she just learned how to drive in a heartbeat, yeah, definitely. And then, like, clearly they were trying to make fun of it, because they was just like, not only she learned how to drive, now she's skirting around too. Like, yeah, no one's believing that. Then she asked, can she turn on the radio, which was like, what? But I did really appreciate how this all come together. And again, the simplest way to put this is that this is sort of a all women style of Kingsman movie, and I think it's going to do pretty good. I think people are going to enjoy this film, and I think it's enough star power to get people intrigued. And I think when people see the similarities to the other films that they've liked, they're going to be on board for this. My only other thing is that this film is 2 hours, and that's a little too long for me. But again, the final act was so strong, I get over it. But yeah, folks, that would do it. Definitely check it out. It's going to be on Netflix July 14. Gunpowder Milkshake. Weird title, but you'll figure it out. Jump in the comments, folks, and let me know your thoughts about this film. And as always, I'll see you around for more reviews.